You're watching Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South and HD.
The Braves' rise to prominence in the 90s was built upon talented young arms that developed into the premier pitching staff of its generation. Today against the Brewers, the Braves are hopeful that the major league debut of 22-year-old Tommy Hanson signals the beginning of a new era in pitching excellence. Home sweet home, Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South coming at you. And the Braves trying to get on the board. Offense been shut down early on. Game 3 of the series finale. It's the Braves and the Brewers from Turner Field. Hi, folks. Thanks for joining us. John Chambi alongside Joe Simpson. And the story has been a lack of offense, even with Nate McLeod. That's been a struggle, but some excitement, a buzz in the park today.
I'm sure there's a pretty good walk-up crowd today to see the debut of Tommy Hanson, who certainly has had a lot of hype as the phenom pitching prospect in the Braves organization. His rise really started last year in Myrtle Beach and then to Double-A, where he went a combined 11-5. Then he carried that into the Arizona Fall League, where he was for the first time, the MVP was a pitcher in the Arizona Fall League. He was 5-0 and had a ridiculous ERA of 0.83. His numbers this year, AAA, equally as good. Led the International League in ERA and strikeouts. He has a very dominant slider, a pitch that a lot of people have compared to John Smoltz. That may be a little bit of a heavy weight to carry around this early in his career, but that's how much people think of him. The scouts love him.
So Tommy Hanson, our Lincoln player profile, and he makes his big league debut here today. Should be a lot of fun. Good crowd expected here this afternoon. Braves and the Brewers, that's coming up. Tommy getting some love from Chipper. We get set to go. Lineups, first pitch coming your way next.
Exceptionally brewed for a taste that's pure Amsterdam. Amstel Light, one damn good beer.
How about foosball?
That's it. We got it.
Foosball on every AirTran flight.
Gentlemen, you had me at foos. Turns out we're going to have to table foosball. Everyone wants Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? Oh, that's good.
Wi-Fi from GoGo. Now on AirTran Airways.
You only have a few more weeks to play the weekly windfall from the Georgia Lottery. Each week, 10 lucky tickets purchased that week will be drawn to win $5,000 each. And every ticket purchased is then eligible for the bonus drawing on June 30th, where 1,500 players will win $500 each, and one lucky player will win $1 million. So play every week for the $5,000 and be eligible for $1 million on June 30th. Play the weekly windfall from the Georgia Lottery.
Exceptionally brewed for a taste that's pure Amsterdam. Amstel Light, one damn good beer.
It's the best damn sports show, period. We've got the superstar guest.
Do you know the tick for, man?
Countless countdowns.
Something is wrong. Loaded in it.
The unbelievable moments. You never know what you're gonna get.
I'm a man. I'm 40. Knock it off.
The party continues every night. It's the best damn sports show, period. This week at 11.
Discover how Brian McCann went from a child with a dream to making his mark in the big leagues.
Hammered into deep right center field. We said he was money. He's money tonight.
Sports South Originals turns on the spotlight on the meteoric rise of the Atlanta Braves catcher. Spotlight, Brian McCann, premieres Saturday night at 10 after Braves-Orioles on Sports South. You're watching Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South and HD.
Back here at Turner Field, Braves trying to change up their luck. Hey, look who's taking out the lineup card. It's Brian McCann. As the Braves and the Brewers wrap up this 3-game series, Mac not in that lineup. As Tommy Hanson will take to the mound. And the big righty will make his big league debut. Joe Simpson, exciting times to watch this young man pitch, who'd been brilliant, but especially his last 4.
His last 4 starts, check out these numbers. A 0.70 ERA, 33 strikeouts against 4 walks. His season high in walks is 3. He did that twice. He's also struck out as many as 10 twice in a ball game. He's been outstanding, and they just couldn't hold him back anymore.
Remember, Tommy got a chance to pitch on this mound that final weekend of exhibition games, and so he does know what it's like to pitch at Turner Field. Our Ford keys to pitching success.
And he's got to control his emotions. You just don't want him to think that he's got to go out there and strike everybody out, because he doesn't. And by the way, can you hit? Because if he can hit, it would certainly help things right now.
Absolutely. So just about ready to go for the 22-year-old's big league debut. John Sciambi, Joe Simpson from Turner Field. Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South. And Craig Counsell to start it off, the veteran second baseman. And he's had a good series, 4 hits through the first 2 games. And we're ready to go. First pitch of the game is a fastball low for ball 1. Tommy with the 4 pitches, good curve and good slider. David Ross with high praise for Tommy Hanson before the game. David Ross said Tommy Hanson is the best young pitcher he has ever caught.
Wow, that is high praise. Mentioned the slider, but he's got fastball in the low to mid 90s.
Counsell swings and lifts one in the air towards the right field corner. Francoeur, long run, and hauls it in. Jeff was shaded towards right center and a long way to go, but was able to make the play. So 1 up, 1 down, our Toyota starting lineups. Ken Maka's group 5th in the league in runs per game. Counsell starts it off Hardy and Braun, but Prince Fielder, he's the guy who is red hot, including 5 home runs his last 11 games, and he had 2 in yesterday's win.
4 for 5 in this series with those 2 homers.
Now it's the shortstop J.J. Hardy. Hardy has not had a great season, but he's a guy with some power. Good fastball right there.
And he's hit 20 or more homers each of the last 2 years, but off to a slow start the first couple of months.
I asked David Ross, how do you get Tommy Hanson to calm down if the emotions get a little over the top? He said, I'm going to have him concentrate on specific situations. I'll talk to him about, okay, with this guy, here's what we want to do in this spot to kind of take away from the noise. And I mean the noise in kind of a figurative term. There's Prado. Got it.
Yeah, the noise in his head. And that's a great approach from David Ross, just to simplify things for him and say, hey, let's concentrate on this pitch, this at bat for this hitter. I think that's excellent. And a veteran catcher who knows his stuff.
Well, Tommy's gotten the first 2. 22nd round pick in 2005.
Gotta like that. Pretty good value for 22nd round.
No doubt.
6'6", 220, lives in Redlands, California.
Makes his in-season home here in Georgia, and of course pitching for Gwinnett. He's roommates with Chris Medlin. Here comes the 0-1 to Braun. Here's the curve, right at Chipper. And a 1-2-3 inning for Tommy Hanson. So the big guy gets him quickly and quietly on 9 pitches. Braves coming up.
Your lawn destroyed by 2 types of insects. Bayer Advanced Complete Insect Killer protects against both. Complete's exclusive 2-way formula kills insects above ground while it penetrates below ground to control root-destroying pests for up to 3 months. Bayer Advanced. Trying to keep bugs out? Use Bear Advanced Home Pest Plus Germ Killer. Its long-lasting formula kills up to twice as many pests, plus reduces 99.9% of the unseen germs they may carry. Bear Advanced.
Whirlpool presents the new Cabrio washer, now available at Lowe's. Wash 3 baskets of laundry in a single load and save water and energy. At Lowe's, get up to $200 back when you buy a Cabrio pair. Shop the largest selection of Whirlpool appliances at Lowe's today.
Of all the luck in the universe, none is mightier than Super Lucky 7.
We'll see about that.
Nice try, Lady Luck. Happy landing, Lucky Duck. Say goodnight, Lucky Break. Feel the awesome power of new Super Lucky 7s from the Georgia Lottery. You could win mighty mounds of moolah.
Behind you, it's Dumb Luck.
Pepper and some fire grilled. Try Chili's new fire grilled quesadillas starting at $6.99. Flame grilled tortillas layered with chicken, bacon, cheese, and ranch. Crispy on the outside, melted perfection on the inside. New fire grilled quesadillas only at Chili's.
You're watching Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South in HD.
Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South is brought to you in part by AirTran Airways, by Sherwin-Williams, by Carrabba's Italian Grill, by Verizon Wireless, and by SunTrust. Back here at Turner Field, we go to the bottom of the first, and the Braves coming up to hit. Tommy Hanson got him 1-2-3 in the top half of inning number 1, and the Braves will try and find some runs for the 22-year-old. Tommy firing strikes, looking sharp as Nate McLeod will lead it off. So Bobby shifting the lineup around, and the first one from the lefty is a little bit low. Ball 1 to McLeod. Manny Parr has had a tough time.
A real rough time. His last start he gave up 11 hits and 10 runs in 4 innings. Got beat 10-3 by Florida.
McLeod on the second pitch, skies it to right. 1 away.
So he may be the right man at the right time for this Atlanta offense, but no tilt for Parr. The one thing they're trying to keep him from doing is leaning back when he's trying to deliver to the plate. They want him to stay straight up. And talk about some road rage. This guy on the road, 2-5 with an ERA over 9. He's averaging a run per inning on the road. And again, maybe the right man at the right time for this Braves offense. We'll see.
26 years old from Roseville, California, Manny Parr. Toyota starting lineups for the Braves, 14th in the league in runs per game, and working on another scoreless streak now, 23 in a row. Top of the order, Nate McLeod has done good work as a leadoff man. Braves since May 20th have had 3 different stretches of 18 or more scoreless innings. 18 2/3 one stretch, 18 1/3 another stretch, and the current 23 consecutive innings without a run.
And just when you think they're really snapping out of it with a couple of games in Arizona where they were pounding the ball.
That'll fall for a hit off the end of the bat, and Escobar with a single.
Gosh, about 10 of those today would be nice. Even bloops would work at this point. But a couple of games, the 2 of the last 3 games on that road trip, it looked like they were beginning to snap out of it, but came home and can't score.
Chipper climbs in. Look at that on base percentage at .431. He's been getting walked a lot. And the top of the order for the Braves, Joe, in this series has really been shut down, 1 through 4.
Those guys are 3 for 30. 1 through 4 in this series. 3 for 30 with 3 singles. Parra has always thrown a split finger pitch, but they're trying to get him to not throw it as much and throw a straight changeup instead. We'll keep an eye on that for you today.
It'll be interesting to watch his performance he's got to feel some pressure, Joe. 11 starts into the season, a 6.75 ERA. If he gets lit up today, I would say there's a good chance he's out of the rotation.
Especially the way everybody else is going. Try to let him work through some problems because everybody else was pitching so well in the rotation. But there's only so far they can go with him. That was the changeup. Bill Castro, the new pitching coach for the Brewers. Mike Maddox left to, we'll call it greener pastures with the Texas Rangers.
Warmer pastures. 3-1. Chipper laces one into center field. Cameron lets it get past him. Here we go. Escobar around third. He'll score. Chipper around second, on his way to third, and it's an RBI triple. 1-0 Braves.
Braves will take all the help they can get. The way things have gone offensively, any assistance is greatly appreciated, including a mistake here by a Gold Glove center fielder, Mike Cameron.
Just got under his glove. Mike Cameron has been one of the best of the game over the last 7-8 years.
They'll score at a triple.
Now Matt Diaz. Chipper's second triple of the season.
Matt Diaz has hit cleanup once this year. He was 1 for 2. And an early run for Tommy Hanson. That's awesome.
Check swing on a pitch in the dirt. Did not go, says Lance Barksdale.
Got to get that guy in, and Matt able to stop his swing there somehow, some way.
Infield halfway with Chipper at third. Got him swinging, 2 down.
That hurts. When you're struggling to score runs and you've got a kind of a cheapie over there at third base with less than 2 outs, that hurts, and you can see Matt's frustration.
Francoeur pulls off that one, and it is 0-1.
Two off-speed pitches to start him. I talked to Jeff yesterday about the work he put in the cage on that day he had off, and he said what he tried to do was widen his stance just a little bit, but try not to stride. Just pick his left heel up and put it back down. Try to stay a little calmer.
I still think that pitch selection, pitch recognition is such a key for him. He started off 0-1 in this at bat. Joe, he is 0-1, 69% of his plate appearances. That leads the majors.
It's tough when you're always having to hit from behind in the count.
Little bouncer. Parra throws him out. Francoeur retired. The Braves leave that runner at third. But Chipper with the RBI triple, and Tommy Hanson's got a lead. The RBI laser to center field. It's 1-0.
Some things you never forget, like your first day at school, the first time you soloed on 2 wheels, your first love, or your first taste of Bluebell ice cream, because the best tasting ice cream in the country is made with fresh milk from cows who think they live in heaven. One thing is for sure, your first bite won't be your last. Bluebell, the best ice cream in the country.
Stay informed and get connected to the teams, schools, and players you love on Fox Sports South. Follow us on Twitter. Twitter allows you to get behind the scenes, receive live updates, and even tweet with our on-air talent. Follow us at twitter.com/Fox Sports South.
It's the World Poker Tour.
Helmut is going all in here.
All new episodes of the best players battling to be crowned WPT champion. It's an all-new episode of the World Poker Tour. Tonight.
My name is Fred Hickman. I am the host of Braves Live. My favorite moments at the ballpark were actually in 1980. They had guys like Bob Horner and Dale Murphy. I think being a Brave means tradition, being a professional. Well, being a part of Braves Live means I'm coming home to Atlanta. We got a great team with Brian and Ron and Jerome. You know, these guys know a lot about what they're doing. People that can't go to the ballpark, I want them to feel like they went to the ballpark.
You're watching Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South in HD.
We go to the second. Braves lead 1-0. A very special day today for the Braves and Braves fans. Here's the offer for Father's Day. $50, 2 field level tickets as they take on the Phillies Tuesday, June 30th or Wednesday, July 1st, and a once-in-a-lifetime chance to play catch on the field prior to the game. 404-577-9100. Give him a call right now.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd still like to do that with my dad.
Sure thing. If you want, though, I'll play catch with you someday.
All right.
Make you feel better. Play burnout.
0-2 now. Well, this guy has been red hot, Prince Fielder. You commented on it the other night. He definitely looks a little slimmer than he was.
Bobby Cox was talking about him before the ball game about how he said, you know, I don't know if I gave him enough credit. He said he's really swinging the bat well. And I think most people kind of looked at him as a guy who had this huge uppercut, had this kind of roly-poly body, so he either was all or nothing, but he's making himself into a pretty solid hitter.
Got him swinging. First major league strikeout for Tommy Hanson.
Take another look at it. It looked like he went upstairs with a fastball. Tailing action on it at 94, and Prince was late on it. And they just took that ball out of play for him. That was a nice gesture too.
Absolutely. By Cameron now. The veteran 36-year-old. 25 homers, knocked in 70 a year ago. And a Georgia native, lives in McDonough.
It's a nasty slider just right off the end of the bat. He got thrown out of last night's game arguing with Marvin Hudson his last time up when he was called out on strikes.
That last fastball at 96 from Tommy Hanson.
Getting loose now. Just off the plate a little bit.
Got him swinging. 96 with that heater. 2 away.
Well, I know there are a lot of people happy that Tommy Hanson's pitching in the big leagues today, and most of them are opponents in the International League.
Yeah, good point. Matt Gamble now. And a knee-high strike. Bill Hall's had a tough time hitting just .209. This guy's been one of their top prospects. 4th round pick at 05. There's the curve for a strike. comes the 0-2. Oh, got him swinging. Gets away from Ross. Throw to first in time. Struck out the side. Can I go all Nuke LaLoosh? Announcing his presence with authority.
Big Red.
At Appliance Smart Factory Outlet's Yellow Tag Spring Clearance event, we've cleaned out the warehouses and moved the inventory to our stores. Huge savings on thousands of items. Just look for the yellow tags and save on specially priced appliances during our Yellow Tag Spring Clearance event. So come into Appliance Smart and look for those yellow tags for extra savings on thousands of major appliances like refrigerators, stoves, washers, dryers, and freezers. Appliance Smart's Yellow Tag Spring Clearance event going on now.
This is a great opportunity for you to save hundreds of dollars on your next major appliance purchase.
Won't you come away with me and begin something we can understand? I'm lonely as the Irish Sea and as willing as the sand. This love I have for you is terrible and true. How the shattered lover's life fades into the weakest shade of blue.
Lately, I'm seeing a lot of commercials with car companies comparing their cars to a Toyota Camry, saying it's as dependable as a Camry or as stylish as a Camry. All this talk got me thinking, instead of driving a car that has a lot of things like a Camry, why wouldn't I just buy, well, a Camry?
Nothing compares to the Toyota Camry, the #1 selling car in America. Visit your local Toyota dealer today and get $1,000 cash back on new 2009 Camry models. Toyota, moving forward.
You know, it was just one of those at-bats where everything slowed down.
Hammered into deep right center field. We said he was money. He's money. Back here, Turner Field. We go to the bottom of the second. Braves lead 1-0. And Martin Prado to start it off. John Shambi, Joe Simpson with you. Hard hit ball, base hit. Martin Prado. 2 hits last night and off to a good start. And talking to him the other day, he'd been frustrated by how much he had been at least trying to pull the ball, he said, and trying to get out of that habit.
He's been putting some good swings on the ball. Last night, his 2 hits each came on an 0-2 count. So he was guarding the plate, and he still got a pitch that he could turn on and pull. And his second hit was one that he hit up the middle. So I'd say he's got it covered.
They need him to get going. And I mean, again, he's willing to pull. He just doesn't want to try and pull everything. He doesn't want to try and pull pitches middle away, because last year we saw good power from him to center and right center.
And a great average to go with it. But he is stronger. He's got a little more pop in his bat this year. A couple of homers already. Sometimes when you hit a couple of homers early in the season, when you're not accustomed to being a home run hitter, all of a sudden that pull thought gets in your head and won't go away. Martin doing a good job at first base. And by the way, Casey Kochman was placed on the disabled list today to make room for Hanson. But he's already a week into the DL, if you will, because he got hit a week ago today in Arizona. Talking about Kochman.
So that DL move will go retro to June 1st. Popped up, Counsell, and he's got it. Kelly Johnson popping out, and there's one away.
By the way, we just got a shot of Buddy Carlisle in the dugout, and we need to mention the fact that, you know, Buddy was going through a rough time trying to figure out why he was so fatigued. He said, I never skip workouts. He said, I was winding up skipping half my workouts in between outings because I didn't have the energy for it. And then they finally ran some tests on him a few days ago, found out that he is diabetic, type 1 diabetes, and he said he's ready to meet that challenge and can't wait to get back on the mound, already feeling better, and maybe be an example to others who realize you can still get on with your life with type 1 diabetes.
And again, we saw Buddy Carlisle fastball that'll touch 93 or so, and he was throwing about 87 and he was kind of perplexed by it. I mean, had some real doubts about what was going on with him. He said once they got it straightened out and he's getting the insulin shots, he felt 100 times better. Little pop-up foul off first. That one's slicing. He'll drop down out of play. But that's scary. I mean, he lost a bunch of weight. He had no energy. And now 5 insulin shots a day for Buddy Carlisle.
And he said, I'm already on board with the nutritionist and all of the other medical things that he has to do to monitor and keep his blood sugar levels in between the marks they're supposed to be. What do you call that, Dave? Healthy, Dave said. Dave's also diabetic. And not an easy chore to change your lifestyle when you're used to eating and doing the things you want to do. And now, like so many other diabetics, you got to make some changes, and Buddy's ready to do that.
Ball and 2 strikes to David Ross. Gets the start today, his 20th start. Got a lot of playing time while McCann was on the disabled list with the eye problem. Prado at first. In the air, shallow left. Braun coming on. And the former third baseman makes the catch, 2 away. Braves lead it 1-0 on a Chipper Jones RBI triple in the bottom half of the first, and now Tommy Hanson's first big league at bat.
Braves fans happy to see him, first glimpse of him, other than a couple of innings here at the end of spring training when he pitched against the Tigers. They've heard about him, they've read about him, and now they get to see him at Turner Field.
Two. There's been a buzz around Tommy Hanson. Really picked up, especially at least inside baseball, in the Arizona Fall League. He went out to that league, a hitter-friendly league, and just dominated. He went out to the Arizona Fall League, and in the regular season, Hanson was 5-0, an 0.63 ERA, and struck out 49 in 28 2/3 innings. And again, usually out there in Arizona, the ball flies.
Had a 105 batting average against him. 105. First pitcher in 13 years of that league to be named MVP.
Lefty comes set. And a foul ball, that one past Glenn Hubbard.
He was leading the International League, as we said, in strikeouts with 90, but what was significant was that the next closest guy had like 66, so there was quite a distance between Tommy and the next guy. He had given up 5 homers in his 11 starts, but 3 of those were solo shots in one game.
Got him with the breaking ball, and that's that. Braves don't do anything with the leadoff single. We'll go to the third, 1-0 Atlanta.
Blimpie has been a part of America's tradition for over 40 years. Our subs are made with fresh baked breads, quality meats and cheeses sliced to order. Taste the difference freshness makes. Blimpie, America's sub shop.
What's great about the iPhone on the nation's fastest 3G network is if dinner turns into dinner and a movie, you can quickly download an app from the App Store, see what's playing, watch a trailer, and buy tickets. All before you can say, check please. The iPhone 3G on AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network.
Text message. I started with a budget and blew right through it. I added the rims, low-profile tires, the body kit, so yeah, I keep an eye out for the speed bumps. Hate that sound. I've spent more on modifications than the original car. You protect that kind of investment. I use Texaco with Techron because it cleans the engine, helps keep it running good.
People who know cars trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco with Techron.
Oh, the wing? Yeah, it's a little over the top.
You're watching Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South and HD.
Turned into a gorgeous afternoon at Turner Field. We go to the third, and the Braves leading it 1-0. It's the VCast Music with Rhapsody. Know Your Music inning from Verizon Wireless. What Braves player, coach, person, staff member likes listening to all his favorite Kings of Leon songs on his wireless phone? Stick around and we'll tell you in the bottom of the third inning. Well, I'm already a fan.
Sounds like Boog to me. There's a little Boog.
What?
Oh, yes.
Now wait a second. She's got a Joe Simpson shirt on. Is she Josie?
Yeah. That's awesome. And pictures, that's excellent. Little Boog.
Could be little Tommy Hanson, too.
Well, I think that Verizon VCast thing is you, man. I know you're a Kings of Leon guy.
Love them. They are awesome. Corey Hart will start it off, bottom third of the order. Hanson's gotten the first 6, including the last 3 by strikeout. And to all our good friends following us on our Fox Sports South Facebook page, I am paying attention. I just can't get logged in. In the air. And Francoeur looking up into the sun, pulls it down. 1 away, in time for our Geico quote of the day. A National League scout on Tommy. He's the real deal. The comparisons to Smoltz are appropriate. He's been dominant at every level. He's got enough pitches that he doesn't have to be perfect. When he figures that out, he's going to be a top starter in the league. Well, that kind of says it all.
Yes, it does. And I love his frame. Perfect build for a dominating pitcher. 6'6", 220. And he almost looks lanky. When he's looking in to get his sign, he can take up that whole pitching rubber too. His feet aren't that far apart, but they're covering the whole thing. How wide's the rubber, Boog? Do you remember? I mean,
it's just awful that I can't give you that off the top of my head.
I mean, he's just covering up the whole thing there.
Big hop for Chipper, who collects and throws out Kendall, 2 down. So Hanson's gotten the first 8. He takes up a lot of space, Tommy Hanson. Gorgeous afternoon. Pretty good crowd here at Turner Field. And Hanson to face Manny Parra, the pitcher. And it's got to be in range of the 17 inches of the plate. So I don't know. I'm going to say 20 inches.
I think you're right. The pitcher's circle is 18 feet. It's a 95-foot radius from the back of the pitching rubber to the grass line. 24 inches, says Mr. Baker. Thank you, Laser.
0-2 now. Got him. Wow. Wow, that had some nasty break to it. Parr is not going to bother to run, and so Ross isn't going to bother to throw it down. He tags him out, and that's that.
Brian McCann and the Braves battle Freddie Sanchez and the Pirates in HD. Coverage begins tomorrow at 6:30 on Sports South. This is Our Team, brought to you by Carrabba's.
So what's the problem?
These are hot. We're shipping them everywhere.
Well, we can't predict our shipping costs.
Dallas, Detroit, different rates.
Well, with us, it's the same flat rate. Same flat rate. Boston, Boise? Same flat rate.
Alabama, Alaska?
With priority mail flat rate boxes from the Postal Service, if it fits, it ships anywhere in the country for a low flat rate.
Dude's good.
Dude's real good. Dudes.
Priority mail flat rate boxes, only from the Postal Service. A simpler way to ship.
How about foosball?
That's it. We got it.
Foosball on every AirTran flight.
Gentlemen, you had me at foos. Turns out we're going to have to table foosball. Everyone wants Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? Oh, that's good.
Wi-Fi from GoGo. Now on AirTran Airways.
Hey, Skip, need you in the wheelhouse.
Tenacious grip, no matter the conditions. Firehawk tires with Unity technology, only from Firestone.
Braves lead it as we go to the bottom of the third. Out there at the Chop House. And welcome back to VCast Music with Rhapsody. Know your music getting from Verizon Wireless. We asked you earlier which Braves player, or coach, or staff member likes listening to Kings of Leon on his wireless phone.
I'm going new guy, Nate McLeod.
Chris Medlin. Chris Medlin and I now close friends.
Bonded.
We have bonded.
Bonded at the ears.
That's right. So I don't know whether Med's in the bullpen or in the dugout right now or in the clubhouse, but we're going to have to talk some Kings of Leon. Nate McLeod. And strike one to the leadoff man.
Guys in the pen may be looking for a little shade out there. It's 81 degrees at game time, very pleasant, but if you're sitting in the sun, a little warm today. Looks like some guys out there with in the shadow of the covered area of the bullpen below the bench. Good spot. I guess Chris had to go out with the pink backpack again with the bullpen. You have to do as a rookie. I know he had it yesterday.
With the candy.
Yep, candy and the gum. There it is. I think it's a My Pretty Pony backpack.
Two and two now. Now that is, by the way, in case people are wondering, a tradition really throughout big league baseball that the rookie is responsible for bringing the gum and candy stuff out to the pen.
Right.
And they almost always do it in a Barbie backpack or something like that.
Well, one of our guys down there for Braves Live today, I won't call names, but thought that he was one of the kids walking around the warning track for the parade today.
McLeod chases. Nice pitch by Parra, and there's one away.
Third strikeout for Parra. That gives him 54 in 60 innings this year. So the strikeouts are fine. He's walked a bunch of guys, but a ton of hits. The league was hitting .297 against him coming in, and he'd given up 7 homers, but all to right-handed hitters, none to lefties.
One down, and Yunel Escobar, bloop single, scored on Chipper's triple. Yunel continues to be very aggressive at the plate.
You know, when we start looking at the lineup or the lack of scoring for Atlanta, and what do you do? How do you shake the lineup up? How do you flip some guys to try to stir it up some? One thought could be Martin Prado, who has been hitting for the most part 7th, 8th, 9th when he's been in there all year. And last year he did good work batting 2nd. And if Yunel runs into a dry spot, or if you want to move Yunel to the leadoff spot, you could try that. He's only been in the leadoff spot, I think, 1 time this year.
Popped up this one a mile high. Counsell called off by Hardy, who makes the grab. This is a tough Sunday. Everybody out there with the sunglasses, whether they're the regular glasses, the Oakleys, or the flip downs.
Brian Braun's just glad there's some light of some kind, because last night he lost Brian McCann's fly ball and it went over his head for a triple.
He got hurt earlier in the year losing a ball in the lights and got hit on the hand. That was in Philadelphia. Chipper, the RBI triple, his 2nd triple of the season. And that thing was absolutely scorched to center field. It had a little extra giddy up to it.
Well, more than anything else, it broke a tie. He was tied with Brian McCann in triples with 1. And he's now taken a 1 triple lead. Talking to him this morning, he said he felt fine after the dizziness last night.
Hara ahead 1-2. And Chipper tomahawks that one left center field. Way back, out of here. Chipper Jones solo homer number 6. He's done the damage so far this afternoon. Braves 2, Brewers nothing.
Boy, this was a pretty swing. Looked like a pitch that was up and in a little bit. But as you said, tomahawked it. Really got some great top hand on this swing. Number 414 in his career. Oh, yeah. Look how high it is. It's up in here. And he's got to get that top hand through. And look how he pulled his left hand into his body. His left arm had to come into his body a little bit to get the right hand through. That was awesome.
Love that Exmo look. Diaz grounds out to end the inning, but Chipper gets a hold of 1. And as we go to inning number 4, the Braves lead this one 2-0. And Chipper strikes again.
There are easier ways to save money and energy, like using appliances with the Energy Star label, or drying loads of laundry one right after the other during the coolest part of the day. For more ways to save, go to GeorgiaPower.com. We're on so you can be. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Won't you come away with me and begin something we can understand? I'm lonely as the Irish Sea and as willing as the sand. This love I have for you is terrible and true. How the shattered lover's life fades into the weakest shade of blue.
of all the luck in the universe, none is mightier than Super Lucky 7.
We'll see about that.
Nice try, Lady Luck. Happy landing, Lucky Duck. Say goodnight, Lucky Break. Feel the awesome power of new Super Lucky 7s from the Georgia Lottery. You could win mighty mounds of moolah.
Behind you, it's dumb luck.
2-0 Braves, top of the fourth. Again, take a look at this swing in Exmo and the fact that Chipper, now watch this front side, watch how he has to pull that left hand into his body to get the right hand on top of this high pitch. He has to actually kind of collapse his left arm, and that just shows you don't have to have a huge swing. He's talked about home runs come from good timing. That's getting the bat out front and having to have your hands work together to get the barrel of the bat out there, and that was awesome.
Great swing for Chipper Jones. Craig Counsell up here. The count 0-1. Fly to right his first time. Bouncer to the right side. Prado. Hanson. Counsell is out. You know what I'm in the mood for right now, Joe?
Little duck?
Sure. Time for our Aflac trivia question. And the duck goes marching by. Yeah, beg your pardon. Today's question: what former Brave has played on a division-winning team in each of the last 9 seasons? I love that question.
Former Brave.
Former Brave. J.J. Hardy up here.
And she goes walking.
It's tough.
Yeah. Kind of like somebody on Boston because they've been in the playoffs so much.
Right.
Angels maybe.
That one foul. That last pitch from Tommy Hanson at 97 to J.J. Hardy. So he is rushing it up there. Only a handful of starters you're going to see touching 97 a lot during a start. We've already seen a handful of 96s. The 1-2. Just a little tapper charging you now. Couldn't make the play. Infield hit. It should be. Nope, they'll go E6. He hasn't given up a hit, so here's my guess. That if they get a clean hit, that'll get changed to a hit.
I agree. I agree. They want a clean single for the first one he's given up. And that was going to have to be a clean play to get Hardy. How does Alan Embry grab you?
Wow. Well, who was he with last year? Was he with Oakland last year or Colorado last year? I thought that's where he was.
Or either one of those would have been X'd out. So
yeah.
That would have ended the string.
But maybe.
I was thinking he might have gotten picked up late in the year by Boston again.
That one in the air, left field, well hit. Diaz back and gone. Ryan Braun gets into one, and just like that, we're tied at 2. Number 11 for Braun.
He hadn't done much this series. He was 1 for 10, but he got a fastball coming back to him. And even at 95, something he could handle. And he puts a good swing on it.
So Hanson gives up the homer to a big-time power hitter, and now another big-time power hitter in Prince Fielder.
Second time through the order. Struck out 4 of the first 9 he faced. There's the slider and a beauty.
High in the air right field, playable for Jeff Francoeur, and out number 2.
He hits the ball high, doesn't he? A lot of times it goes far as well, but he always hits them really high.
Big guy. He is athletic though, and runs surprisingly well. I believe he's got 2 inside the park home runs in his career. Mike Cameron, a strikeout victim his first time. Had a good year last year. They signed him to a year contract for $7 million plus an option for next year. And again, a guy that gives them really good defense out there in center.
And can still run. You know he's going to strike out a lot, but he's also going to put the ball in the seats, and he's going to keep a few from going in the seats.
Braves and Brewers tied at 2. We're in the top of the 4th. Ryan Braun, a 2-run homer here in the inning. Curveball way up. Bouncer to third. Chipper gloves with one hand and fires on the move. Inning over, but the error by Escobar and then the 2-run blast by Ryan Braun. And we're starting over, tied at 2.
Get online payroll and put hours back in your day. Hey, Dad. Hey, guys. SunTrust. Live solid, bank solid. With Online Cash Manager, you can be where the action is. SunTrust. Live solid, bank solid.
Joe and Boog are now on Facebook. Interact with your fellow Braves fans and the guys that call the game.
Follow us on Facebook.
It's a whole new way to experience the Braves. Go to Fox Sports South and Sports South on Facebook.
It's the best damn sports show, period, with superstar guests. Countless countdowns.
He did it!
The unbelievable moments. It's the best damn sports show, period. This week at 11.
Discover how Brian McCann went from a child with a dream to making his mark in the big leagues.
Hammered into deep right center field. We said he was money. He's money tonight.
Sports South Originals turns on the spotlight on the meteoric rise of the Atlanta Braves catcher. Spotlight, Brian McCann, premieres Saturday night at 10 after Braves Orioles on Sports South. Brian McCann and the Braves battle Freddie Sanchez and the Pirates in HD. coverage begins tomorrow at 6:30 on Sports South. This is Our Team, brought to you by Carrabba's.
Tied at 2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. An Eagles fan, a Clemson fan. Speaking of Clemson, Jeff Francoeur, first pitch swinging. And Counsell gobbles it up. 1 up and 1 down. Jeff Francoeur picking the wrong guy right there. Craig Counsell, very good defensive second baseman. He's made 8 errors, Craig Counsell, since 2006, which is a low number to begin with. He has made 1 fielding error since 2006. The rest are throwing.
No kidding. Well, he's just a solid guy to have on anybody's club. 2 world championship rings in his trophy case, 1 with Florida, 1 with Arizona, and with Ricky Weeks out for the rest of the year with a bad wrist. Counsell will be their everyday second baseman, and he does a good job for him.
I like, speaking of the playoffs, our Aflac trivia question. I've gotten nowhere on it, though. You?
No.
Yeah.
I even was asking the truck during the break if it was a player or a coach, but it is a player.
Is it a position player or pitcher? How's that? Right field, Corey Hart. That's well struck. And Hart hauls it in. They're going to put us out of our misery.
I'm going to stick with Alan Embry because I simply can't come up with anybody else.
Good enough. I think that's a great answer. What former Brave has played on a division-winning team each of the last 9 seasons? God. That's a great question. I think I would have taken all day, and I don't think I would have come up with that.
I just had a feeling it had to be like a guy in the bullpen that kind of bounces around, but because of experience, everybody knows he can do the job. That's why Embry came to mind right away.
I didn't refresh the Facebook page because I knew somebody was gonna cheat and give me the answer.
How many Jason Marquis are on there?
They already flipped it up there a couple of different times. I don't know whether Blake Cheats at Trivia.com's on there, but ground ball to the right side that Counsell handles. And on 8 pitches, the Braves go 1, 2, 3. Tied at 2.
Exceptionally brewed for a taste that's pure Amsterdam. Amstel Light, one damn good beer.
Pepper and some fire grilled. Try Chili's new fire grilled quesadillas starting at $6.99. Flame grilled tortillas layered with chicken, bacon, cheese, and ranch. Crispy on the outside, melted perfection on the inside. New fire grilled quesadillas only at Chili's.
Why a Toyota Tacoma? It's tough. It's got a powerful 236 horsepower V6 engine that can pull up to 6,500 pounds. And an unbustable composite inner bed with steel outer panels. I guess the only thing not tough about the Toyota Tacoma is deciding whether to buy it.
Nothing compares to the Toyota Tacoma, the best-selling compact pickup truck in America. Visit your Toyota dealer today and get $2,200 in total savings on new 09 Tacoma double cab models. Toyota, moving forward.
Count on the nation's fastest 3G network, AT&T.
Exceptionally brewed for a taste that's pure Amsterdam. Amstel Light, one damn good beer.
Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South is brought to you in part by Georgia Power, by your local Ford dealers, by AT&T, and by the Georgia Lottery. Back here in Atlanta as we go to the 5th. And the Braves and the Brewers are locked up 2-2. Nice crowd here today. Some folks taking in some food.
Those dogs are good.
Yeah. High five. Matt Gamble now 0 for 1. Gamble, who was the Topps minor league player of the year last year. Still some concerns about his defense. The year before last at single A, he made 53 errors.
Yikes.
It's a lot of errors.
Wow. So I would say those concerns are validated there.
The problem is you got Braun at left fielder at first. Where are you putting him that is an easier defensive position than third base? This, by the way, only the second 3-ball count for Tommy Hanson here this afternoon.
Apparently they don't have any interest in moving Braun back to third base.
Popped him up, and Escobar has it. There's one away. Well, great offer for you fans here today. Only $50. 2 field level tickets for the Braves versus the Phillies Tuesday, June 30th or Wednesday, July 1st, plus a once-in-a-lifetime chance to play catch in the field prior to the game before heading to your field level seats to catch the Braves and the World Champs. Pretty good idea for Father's Day. Limited offer, only 100 packages available. Braves representative standing by. 404-577-9100. Hanson scoops that one up. Sounded like Hart broke his bat. There's 2 away.
I like that deal. $50, get to be on the field, play some catch. I like that a lot. And for Father's Day. What day is Father's Day, by the way? Is that June 14th?
I think it's the 21st.
21st.
By the way,
it would make sense if it was the 14th. No, it's not even the 21st. Yeah, it is. You're right. Yeah, it is. Never mind.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just had to do a little cycle.
2 balls, no strikes to Jason Kendall. Just pop with the kids. He's got the orange Clemson shirt on. Little flare into right. Francoeur will play it on a bounce. And a base hit. Second hit of the afternoon for the Brewers.
Couple of pitches today on strikeouts to end the inning. The second and the third inning were really nasty pitches. And let's see what they were to see what problems they caused for David Ross. He wants that ball in the dirt. But there's that breaking ball in the dirt. He blocked it nicely. And then this nasty one to the pitcher. Man, look how much that pitch broke. That caused David Ross to have to kind of pancake that one on the ground.
Parra 0-1 swinging at that first one. This is one of those deals, you know, big league players on both sides. Tommy Hanson has looked great. I mean, Braun took him deep, one swing. Sorry, but he's thrown 59 pitches, 40 for strikes.
His season high, Gwinnett, was 109 pitches. And he had thrown 105 in each of his last 2 starts. So they were making sure he didn't overextend himself too. I'm sure there were some games where he probably could have pitched a couple of more innings because he had some pitches left in him, but they had some limitations on him.
Runner goes, throw down to second, and it hits Kendall, Jason Kendall, with a stolen base.
You got to keep your eye on him now. The Braves elected to play behind him because the pitcher's up there, not really expecting him to run at the risk of being thrown out to end the inning and have the pitcher lead off next inning. But Jason Kendall stole 26 bases back in 1998. I think that was before he had that horrible dislocation of his foot that slowed him down, certainly, but he's got some speed.
That ball's drilled right field. Francoeur back, way back, and it's off the wall. Kendall comes in to score, and I don't think Jason Kendall scores from first on that, Joe.
I don't think he does either, Boog. So playing behind him and giving him the liberty to get a big jump and steal second pays off for him and the Brewers. High fastball out away from him. Good extension for Parra. Only his second hit all year, and he almost hit it out of the ballpark.
Back over the middle of the plate, moving back towards the barrel of Parra's bat. Now Counsell. There's the curve for strike one. Ross couldn't hang on a 94-mile-an-hour heater. Braves down 3-2. We're in the fifth. John Shambi, Joe Simpson with you. Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South. Good crowd here today. Very pleasant afternoon. Just missed. I think that's the changeup right there. I'm not sure. Either that or a slider that backed up.
Well, he hit the target with it. I know that. David Ross had set up just a little bit off the plate. That's where he put it.
Brewers 3 runs on 3 hits. Braves 2 runs on 4 hits. And Atlanta with the only error of the game. Yunel Escobar made that error. And Braun followed it up with a home run. A 1-2. Slapped into shallow center. McLeod. That's the inning. But the Brewers pick up a run. And Milwaukee takes a 3-2 lead on the pitcher's RBI double.
You only have a few more weeks to play the weekly windfall from the Georgia Lottery. Each week, 10 lucky tickets purchased that week will be drawn to win $5,000 each. And every ticket purchased is then eligible for the bonus drawing on June 30th, where 1,500 players will win $500 each, and one lucky player will win $1 million. So play every week for the $5,000 and be eligible for $1 million on June 30th. Play the weekly windfall from the Georgia Lottery.
So you're saying these 10 candies represent our friends and family. The 10 people we can call, whatever network they're on, without using our minutes.
That's included. No extra cost.
Oh.
So then, excuse me, Sammy. This would be like the 80 million people on Verizon Wireless we can call too. Yep, also included. Don't eat Aunt Marcia!
Save minutes and money with Verizon Wireless. Unlimited calling to 10 out-of-network numbers, even landlines. Plus, get America's largest mobile-to-mobile calling family. And now buy an LG Glance for $49.99 and get up to 4 phones free.
Out here, it's not the look of a man's boots, but where those boots have been. This is the West that we know. This is Longhorn, where you can enjoy 2 new seafood combinations, like our new shrimp and crab gratin with Flo's Filet. Longhorn Steakhouse.
Well, folks, tune to Sports South tomorrow. The Braves welcome in Nate McLeod's old team, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Our coverage begins at 6:30. Braves live. First pitch follows At 7 o'clock, a little thing we like to call Super Promo. 3-2 game. John and Joe with you as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Joe, I'm going to work again tomorrow. A little worn down, but we'll fire it up back-to-back style.
It's a day game today, and you'll be able to rest up tonight.
That's a good point.
Have a good meal. Be all set for tomorrow.
Gorgeous shot right there, downtown Atlanta. And a reminder, by the way, tomorrow we're going to do a little chat on the Fox Sports South Facebook fan page. You can ask us questions and whatever you want. So we'll have that tomorrow at 2:30 is when that's going to happen. So have at it tomorrow at 2:30, whatever you want to ask.
We'll be really chatty.
Chatty. You know who's handling the administrative duties for the chat tomorrow? The man with the laser.
Not only is he laser minded, he's laser finger.
That's exactly right.
There's just like smoke coming out of that keyboard.
Absolutely. So we are ready to take all your questions tomorrow on the Facebook page at 2:30. Ross, then Hanson, and then McLeod. In the bottom of the 6th, Braves trail it by a run.
Parra is one of those guys that's a little opposite of some people we point out sometimes that throw across their body. He actually steps a little more to the third base line, pitching left-handed, which in some ways creates a little movement down and away from right-handed hitters. It's almost like he opens up that front side real fast.
Good sized kid, 6'3", 216, good arm, and had a good year last year.
Yeah, won 10 games.
4.39 ERA, 166 innings of work. He's only 26.
Might be a little Horacio Ramirez comparison. Good sinking action on his fastball. Horacio never threw a split finger pitch, had a good changeup and a slider, but about the same speed in terms of velocity.
Hard hit, and Hardy tracks it down. It's a nice play.
Excellent play. You were telling me something about Hardy before the game about the defensive nerds that keep track of such stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they continue to try and perfect individual defensive statistics, and one of the main defensive stats right now is UZR, ultimate zone rating, and I guess the newest one is UZR 150. And
ooh, the 150.
He is rated the top defensive shortstop in all of baseball by those numbers. And if you wonder how they go about it, they have somebody at every game. They break the field down into grids and basically take the percentage of balls in your zone that you turn into outs is part of the way that they do it. I mean, positioning is always going to be a factor that I don't know how you eliminate it, because that shouldn't necessarily be to the player's credit, right? I mean, the coaching staff is going to help there.
Yes.
It's an interesting one. And overall, defensive efficiency is another stat that people come up with team-wise. They rank #1 in the majors in that department. The percentage of balls in play that are turned into outs. That's a stat I like, that I have a little more faith in for a team defensively. Yeah. I think it's hard to argue against that one.
Yeah, I like that one. And with all due respect to J.J. Hardy, who I think is a really top-notch player defensively, I wouldn't rank him at the top of the major leagues.
You know, we talked about Matt Gamble, the third baseman, making 53 errors. It triggered something in my head, and I went back and looked. Derek Jeter at Single-A Greensboro in 1993 at age 19 made 56 errors.
Did he really?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. That's when you're ready to convert him to center field.
Absolutely. Andy Pollock, the producer, says, hey, that's a bad infield in Greensboro. 3-1 to Nate McLeod, who is 0 for 2, hitting in the leadoff spot for the first time for the Braves this season. And he is aboard.
June 7th,
First free pass for Parra today, and walks have been a problem for him in recent starts. Not until that one today.
Nice to see Nate McLeod pick up his first stolen base as a member of the Braves.
It was in a similar situation with Chipper up there last night, 2 out, and he went on the first pitch.
And you talked about what a great percentage base stealer he is. I think now, what, 65 of 70 in his career. Only been caught once by a catcher. That was Matt Trainer last year. All the others have been pitcher caught stealing. Popped up foul out of play. If you want to know the distinction, by the way, between a pickoff and a pitcher caught stealing, when a guy is diving back to the base, he is picked off. But if he starts to go towards second and the pitcher throws to first, and then the first baseman throws to second and they tag him out, that is a pitcher caught stealing, not a catcher caught stealing. So 93% in his career, and a catcher has gotten him one time.
Amazing.
And again, there's huge value in that. You know, it's the distinction between, would you rather have a guy stealing 50 bases at a 73% rate, or would you rather have Carlos Beltran stealing at a 90% clip and stealing you 28 bases?
And hitting 20 homers or more.
There is that. The 1-1. Up the middle and through, a base hit. McLeod around second, he'll stop there. So the Braves get a little something going with 2 outs. And it'll bring up Chipper. And with Chipper coming to the plate, what better time to involve Laser Baker and have a giant plane fly across the screen. That's going to happen, I swear. Cue the plane. There he is. How far did it fly? And that home run went, according to Laser Baker,
391 feet. A little air traffic control troubles there. Now we're good.
So 2 aboard and 2 outs, and Chipper is 2 for 2. He's knocked in both runs. Parra going soft away there.
Sorry, Boog. Chipper said last night that when he was up that last time, he said when he would move his eyes, there were like streaks behind everybody he would look at. And the only thing that's streaky today are the blue flames coming out the back of the baseball that he's hit.
Right.
A lot of people would call that a blue darter.
Yes, they would. McLeod and Escobar aboard. Braves down a run. Chipper waits. Now again, strategically, if you're Manny Parra, you giving him much to hit here?
No, and you know that he doesn't really want to. It's 2 outs and 2 on, but this guy's already roped you twice. That's another one of those pitches where he really opened up his stance and his stride went toward the third baseline and the ball went up and away. Some of that has to be by design, what he's trying to do.
That says it all right there. Chipper unlikely to get a shot at something. Reached out and poked that one deep, way back, out of here. Wow! Off his front foot, 3 Chipper Jones. 5-3, and he's knocked in every run. You gotta be kidding me.
This is a smart hitter, Boog. 3-1. He knows they're not going to give him much to hit, but he's already thinking about the outside part of the plate. And with that 34, 35-ounce bat, he's got it covered, kind of combed that one-handed into the seats. And this didn't just barely drop over. This went farther than the other one, the one he tomahawked. He hit a home run like that, I think earlier in this series, or early in this homestand, and I asked him about it and the fact that it looked like he reached for the ball a little bit. He said, yeah, but I hit it right on the sweet spot.
Fair ball, right field corner. Diaz going to be thinking about 3 as Hart goes over to get it, and Matt will stop at second.
I think Chipper's home run was best described by looking at the reaction of Manny Parra after he hit it. He was standing there in really stunned disbelief with his hands on his hips because he couldn't believe Chipper went out and got that pitch and hit it in the seats. He's thinking fly ball here out of the inning. And he looks at the dugout like, are you kidding me?
If we can run it back one more time, I don't think that's a strike. I think that pitch, just glancing at it, was off the outside edge of the plate, and he's pulling it into the seats in left center field. See where it is. Yeah, maybe got the outside edge.
Maybe, but I think he had to be thinking that. His hips have kind of pulled back a little bit, like he might have been actually opening up it a little too soon, but extends his arms and gets the barrel of the bat in the right place.
Frenchie on the ground to Hardy. And that's the inning, but a big inning here in the bottom of the 5th. What a day for Chipper Jones as he goes yard for the second time today.
Beginning June 8th, experience the thrill of Turner Field as Chipper Jones and the Atlanta Braves take on Adam LaRoche and the youthful Pittsburgh Pirates for a 4-game series. Don't miss an opportunity to see the Braves chase another division title. Bring the whole family out for just $1 a ticket on Dave Ramsey $1 Ticket Night, Monday, June 8th. For more information, log on to Braves.com/tickets today.
Brian McCann and the Braves battle Freddie Sanchez and the Pirates in HD. Coverage begins tomorrow at 6:30 on Sports South. This is Our Team, brought to you by Carrabba's. Stay informed and get connected to the teams, schools, and players you love on Fox Sports South. Follow us on Twitter. Twitter allows you to get behind the scenes, receive live updates, and even tweet with our on-air talent. Follow us at twitter.com/Fox Sports South. Nobody covers your team like our team with Braves Live, featuring one impressive lineup. First up, Jerome Juranovic from the field, to the studio with Braves legends Ron Gant and Brian Jordan. And now, introducing your host of Braves Live, Fred Hickman. Men in the know, bringing it all home. Braves Live before the game, after the game, only on Fox Sports South and Sports South. You're watching Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South in HD.
It's time to bring you up to speed with the AT&T Rapid Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Hanson back to work as he faces J.J. Hardy in the top of the 6th. Hardy, Braun, and Fielder. And Tommy has thrown only 68 pitches.
Last inning, one of those few innings this homestand where the Braves have been able to parlay more than one hit in an inning. And it started with that 2-out walk to McLeod within 3 straight hits. And that's only the 5th time on this homestand where they've had more than one hit in an inning. They did it earlier today to get a run in the 1st inning. The single and the triple. Escobar and Chipper. 5 RBIs for Chipper, ties his career high.
Walk there, first issued by Tommy Hanson. And you got to be careful putting guys on in front of the beef in their order, because Braun and Fielder can put up the crooked number in a hurry.
And it prompted a quick visit from David Ross.
Braves, though, have gotten runs here today, and one of the things for Atlanta is score 4 or more. Look at that, 23 and 5, 3 or less. Now that is roughly in line with what you see in the big leagues. A little more extreme, though. The winning percentage for the Braves with 4 or more is .821. The big league average is .710. And 3 or less for the Braves, it's .112. And for the big league average, it's .211.
Well, I would say that the reason it's so high, the winning percentage so high when they score 4 or more, is because the pitching's been so good. That 4 runs, generally speaking, is enough for a W for Atlanta.
Good pitch. There's that slider. And I don't know what Braun can do with that pitch, even if he makes contact.
Well, he was trying to pull it, but look where Ross was set up. He wanted it off the plate. And that's the pitch that has been compared favorably to John Smoltz. That hard, tight, quick breaking slider.
In the air, well hit right field. Francoeur back some more. Out of here. Braun has done it again. And it's a 5-5 game. Ryan Braun's second 2-run homer of the afternoon.
Well, he tried to pull that slider and decided that wasn't going to work, Boog. Another good hitter who made an adjustment. Braun's got 4 RBIs. Fastball that was up, though. Let her high.
Talk about letting a ball get deep. He did, and still hit it with a lot of power the opposite way.
Hanson's only given up four hits today, but a pair of 2-run homers.
Firestone leaderboards here from Turner Field. National League RBI leaders, and your leader is right here at 54. That one hit hard right back up the middle. And a base hit. So the first 3 reaching safely to start the 6th.
See how close this was. Fastball away from him and went out around it and pulled it right by Tommy Hanson's face and glove. A little restart here. The visit from Roger McDowell.
It's a good offensive team they're facing. This team's 5th in the league in runs scored, 3rd in homers, 6th in slugging, 6th in on base. So it's one of the better offensive teams in the National League.
He will not pitch against the Pirates in the next series. His next start would figure to be Thursday in Baltimore. Excuse me, Friday in Baltimore.
You looking forward to going to Camden Yards?
I am.
Me too. Good game here. 5-5. We're in the 6th. Man aboard, nobody out.
Love watching Cal Ripken Jr. play. Eddie Murray. Yeah, and Al Bumbry, he's good.
They're not going to be active for the 3-game series, but that ball's pretty well hit. Left center field, on its way and gone. Mike Cameron, 2-run homer, and Tommy Hanson has given up his 3rd 2-run homer of the afternoon. 7-5.
Jeff Bennett had just begun to warm up during that visit to the mound by Roger McDowell. The home runs to Braun have been fastballs that kind of ran back to him, and that one ran back to Cameron. Target was outside, pitch came inside. Again, he had one game in AAA where he gave up 3 homers, but they were all solo shots.
So 3 homers today, and they've all been 2-run homers.
Keep it going. Keep the line moving. Come on.
That lead didn't last long.
Chipper's just going to have to knock in 8 today. Here's a 1-1. One and 2 to Matt Gamble. Nobody on, nobody out. But the Brewers have hit 2 2-run homers here in the 6th to take a 7-5 lead. I'll tell you something else, Joe. And I know I like to talk about it more than you do, and more often than not, it doesn't play out the way I think. Good strikeout right there. But I'll stick to my guns. Braves got to get it going, and I'll tell you why. Because coming up, you have a 12-game stretch where you have 3 with the Red Sox, 3 with the Yankees, 3 with the Red Sox, 3 with the Phillies. I would say it's probably the hardest 12-game stretch any team has in the entire major leagues over the course of this season. That would be my guess. No team has a tougher 12-game stretch. And right now, you're 6 out, you're 2 under 500. You could really take it on the chin over the course of those 12 games. And if you don't get something going now, you could be in trouble.
I don't disagree with you. That is just a rough stretch. And you want me to make it even happier for you?
Sure.
Drop a Cubs game in there in the middle of that on what was supposed to be a day off.
Great point.
Make up for the rainout on the 22nd. Braves have gotten some help the last couple of days from the Dodgers, especially knocking off the Phillies. But keep an eye on Florida. They're only a half game behind Atlanta now.
Little roller off the end of the bat. Kelly Johnson handles that. And there's 2 away. How about a money and energy saving bright idea from Georgia Power? Set your thermostat to 78 degrees Fahrenheit during the summer. Go to GeorgiaPower.com for more energy saving tips. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Where does Dave from Conyers set his thermostat? Something a little cooler than 78.
Kendall now, first pitch swinging, popped him up. And in shallow center, McLeod comes in, makes the grab. Brewers came into today third in the National League in home runs, and they've used the long ball. Braun has hit 2 two-run homers. Cameron's hit a 2-run homer. It's 7-5.
Now, Florida and Georgia residents can take flight on Manta, SeaWorld's brand new flying coaster. Conquer She Crag Busch Gardens, soar 200 feet up, then dive 90 degrees straight down. Or play side by side with the sea at Aquatica. If you live in Florida or Georgia, you can pick any 2 parks for any 2 days, anytime, all year, for just $79.95. Pick 2 now at worldsofdiscoverygetaways.com.
Sometimes the best way to get closer is to get as far away from it all as possible. Don't let erectile dysfunction get in the way. Viagra, America's most prescribed ED treatment, can help you enjoy a more satisfying sexual experience. Ready to talk to your doctor? Find out how at Viagra.com. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease in vision or hearing. 20 million men have had the Viagra conversation. Ask your doctor if Viagra is right for you.
It's now 7-5 Milwaukee. Welcome back to the Coors Light 6th inning. Time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam and the Cold Train. How about this swing from Chipper Jones? We talk about extension. There's no extension here, but there's leverage. The hips help get this bat through because the hands got on top. And boy, oh boy, did he put a charge in this, tomahawking that high fastball for his first of 2 home runs today. That's the Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. That is a beautiful picture, isn't it? That Exmo.
Big time.
Love that stuff.
Chipper with 5 RBIs, his 78th multi-homer game. Prado, Johnson, and Ross against Manny Parra. Big start for Manny Parra, coming off an outing where he went 4 innings against the Marlins, gave up 10 runs on 11 hits. And he needed a good effort today. The Brewers needed a good effort from him. Have to figure 11 starts in with a 6.75 ERA. There'd be a chance they might look elsewhere for his spot in the rotation.
Well, the thing I was hoping for was that coming off a rough start, he might be willing to or urged to throw more strikes. If he's around the zone more, that's better for the Braves hitters. They get more to hit.
On a bounce, Hardy. 1 up and 1 down.
And they do have 7 hits. 6 of those belong to the top 4 guys in the order. Actually, numbers 2, 3, and 4. Prado has the other one.
Kelly is 0 for 2. Kelly just has not been able to really get it going. That one bunted back to Parra, and there's 2 away.
Casey Kochman going on the disabled list today, retroactive to that game in Arizona. Means that he would be eligible to come off a week from today, or the 14th, at Baltimore. There's also a day off after the Baltimore series between Baltimore and Cincinnati. They may wait until the Cincinnati series to activate him.
Said he was going to go out and do some light jogging before the game today, but he hasn't hit since being hit.
It's like a calf muscle strain that was injured when he was trying to jump up and get out of the way of that pitch. Good slow curve there.
That one laced, fair ball heading towards the left field corner. Braun over to get it. Ross has a double and David's 5th two-base hit of the season.
And that's going to do it for Tommy Hanson as Greg Norton will pinch hit for him. David Ross has 18 hits, 8 of them for extra bases. 5 doubles, 3 homers. He had to go down and get one. That's a hard ball to keep fair, but he did into the corner. And the Brewers pitching coach Bill Castro with a slow walk to the mound. I don't know how many years Bill Castro has been with the organization, but it's been a long time. He's been their bullpen coach forever. 18th season. This is his 18th season on their staff and his first as the pitching coach.
James Hoy out there to break up the meeting, or at least try.
But Bill also pitched 7 different seasons for Milwaukee. Hanson's line, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 of them homers, 7 runs, 6 earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He threw 91 pitches.
It's an odd outing. I mean, it's an ugly line, let's be honest, but you felt like, I mean, he got a fair amount of swings and misses, I think 10 or so, and he hit his spots, but it seemed like those handful of mistakes, the Brewers made him pay for a couple.
Well, you pointed out they're among the league leaders in runs scored and in home runs. They don't miss mistakes. They've got some sock in their lineup. You mentioned it when he walked Hardy, that's not the place in the order you want to start walking people, and Braun quickly followed with a 2-run homer.
Now Parra puts Norton on here. You wonder with Mitch Stetter, the lefty, up, if Parra will get a chance to face McLeod. And ball 4. So the tying run is aboard.
Well, we saw Stetter last night, and he was outstanding, especially against the lefties with that side arming stuff.
So the answer to my question is no. Andy Parra is done for the day. Jody Garrett will be part of the double switch. He will replace Corey Hart in right field, and Stetter will come in to pitch. Pitching change, breaking the action. It's Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South.
Exceptionally brewed for a taste that's pure Amsterdam. Amstel Light, one damn good beer.
Your lawn destroyed by 2 types of insects. Bayer Advanced Complete Insect Killer protects against both. Complete's exclusive 2-way formula kills insects above ground while it penetrates below ground to control root-destroying pests for up to 3 months. Bayer Advanced. Trying to keep bugs out? Use Bayer Advanced Home Pest Plus Germ Killer. Its long-lasting formula kills up to twice as many pests, plus reduces 99.9% of the unseen germs they may carry. Bayer Advanced.
Hope he has that insurance. You really need these days.
How come?
Well, if you're hurt and can't work, it pays you cash.
Yeah, to help with everyday bills. Like gas, the mortgage.
And groceries!
It's like insurance for daily living.
So what's it called?
Oh, yeah. That's it. Right.
Aflac, we've got you under our wing.
Exceptionally brewed for a taste that's pure Amsterdam. Amstel Light, one damn good beer.
Ready? Go. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Go. And you're off. Jody Garrett will take over. Hopefully not take off. In right field for Corey Hart, Mitch Stetter on the hill, and Garrett will hit in the 9 spot. Corey Hart was hitting in the 7 spot, so that's where the pitcher will go.
This guy was nasty last night against Kelly Johnson. McLouth's faced him 4 times. He's 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts.
It's our Sherwin-Williams pitching change. And Mitch Stetter in 18 innings with 17 strikeouts, but those 10 walks.
But just a 156 average against him. If he cuts down on the walks, think how good he'll be. Good patience by Nate so far. This guy works from the far first base side of the rubber, then steps toward the Braves dugout on the first base line, and then throws sidearm. So for the lefties, it's like Craig Counsell has thrown him a pitch.
Andy 6'4".
Once in a while, it seems like guys like this once in a while have to throw that breaking ball right at you just to show you they can, and then try to make you look bad. This is a time where you can look for it still ahead in the count.
Fastball at 86. It's 2-2. Ross at second, Norton at first, so no speed on the bases for the Braves. Here's a 2-2. McLouth hangs in.
That's such a wide sweeping breaking ball, and it covers so much ground coming in that it's hard to judge when it's actually going to get to the plate and where when you're trying to guard the plate with 2 strikes. Virtually impossible to go out around that pitch.
It's also tough. Nate McLouth stands off the plate. He's a little guy. Foul back in our direction. Brewers up 7-5. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Braves have out hit Milwaukee 8-6. Chipper Jones in the hole.
Nice. Good battle. Just spoiling those impossible pitches, the ones that there's really nothing he's going to be able to do with it anyway. Just fouling them off, hoping to get a better one.
Two. Hard hit, but Counsell right there. And McLouth wraps out to end the inning. 6 in the books. Brewers by a pair.
Text message. I started with a budget and blew right through it. I added the rims, low-profile tires, the body kit, so yeah, I keep an eye out for the speed bumps. Hate that sound. I've spent more on modifications than the original car. You protect that kind of investment. I use Texaco with Techron because it cleans the engine, helps keep it running good.
People who know cars trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco with Techron.
Oh, the wing? Yeah, it's a little over the top.
My favorite Braves memory, without question, Willie Harris getting 6 hits in a game.
What a night for Willie Harris!
The Braves Live team is a good bunch of guys. I've known Fred Hickman for over 20 years. He's a great guy. And what can you say about Brian Jordan and Ron Gant? They're fun, they're hilarious, and often they get stories that maybe other people wouldn't get when they went in the locker room. I think fans will see an in-depth pregame and postgame that is unrivaled, I think, through any Major League Baseball telecast.
Joe and Boog are now on Facebook. Interact with your fellow Braves fans and the guys that call the game.
Follow us on Facebook.
It's a whole new way to experience the Braves. Go to Fox Sports South and Sports South on Facebook.
Tonight on the final score, Game 2 of the NBA Finals, the Lakers look to go up 2-0 against the Magic. And Roger Federer goes for the first French Open title of his career. All the day's highlights in 30 minutes. It's the final score.
You're watching Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South in HD.
Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South is brought to you in part by Texaco, by Airtran Airways, by Geico, by Blimpie, and by Verizon Wireless. A 7-5 game as we're back here in Atlanta. We go to the 7th. And the Brewers lead it by 2. Nice afternoon at the ballpark. Here's another star pitching performance sequence brought to you by Texaco. Tommy Hanson striking out the side in the second.
Tommy got off to a great start, set down first 10 in a row, and then the error by Escobar, what was charged in there in the 4th inning. I still think that was probably an infield hit. Preceded the first 2-run homer by Braun. And now Jeff Bennett takes over. The Braves have not had a save opportunity out of the bullpen since May 23rd here at home against Toronto. That was 12 games ago.
Wow. Sherwin-Williams pitching change. Jeff Bennett. Jody Garrett to start it off. That ball is ripped to right field. Frank Core coming on. Nice play.
Good play by Jeff to rob Garrett of at least a single. Got a good read on that off the crack of the bat. You got to be able to come in and make that play as he did.
Lost his glasses. Counsell now 0 for 3. It's weird not seeing him with the weird stance.
Yep. It's interesting to see. I think it's just another good mark for him that he's made that adjustment as he gets older to shorten his swing.
I talked to Dale Swaim in the offseason. He said to Dale Swaim, "What do you got for me?" He was willing to make adjustments. He has not hit the ball very well the last couple of years. So he lowered the hands and doesn't have that same stance where he kind of stretches himself out.
Hands are a lot calmer.
Yes.
They're not moving near as much. He had that pretzel stance. They were up high and behind him, but before the swing started, he still had to bring them down into a more conventional spot. So he's just trying to start from that spot now, it looks like. Jeff Bennett's been kind of hard to put your finger on so far this year. I mean, he had a rough start. Then he got some mechanics squared away with Roger McDowell. He went 5 outings without giving up anything. And then his last 3, he's given up runs in each of the last 3 again. But only 1 walk issued over the last 8, and that's a good sign.
3-2 now. Brewers last year 90 and 72. As Roger McDowell on the horn to the bullpen. Milwaukee got to the playoffs for the first time since '82. And got Milwaukee rocking. '82, that year led by, of course, Robin Yount and Paul Molitor, and little Craig Counsell was running around the clubhouse. His dad worked in community relations for the Brewers back then, so he was familiar with that team. You get a chance to see it firsthand what it was like. That ball's hit pretty well right field. Frank Core back some more, and it's off the wall. Counsell towards second. Counsell around second on his way to third. Kelly's throw, tag, he is safe. And Chipper can't believe the call.
Well, if he really was safe, and I don't think he was, but if he really was, that was an amazing slide that Craig Counsell put on. Marvin Hudson's going to get an earful from Bobby Cox.
As he walked past Chipper, Chipper just said he was out.
The throw beat him by a mile. That's why it had to be just some unbelievable Houdini act to avoid the tag. He's out.
Yeah, he got him.
It wasn't such a great slide after all. It was a great attempt. The tag on the leg, nothing's on the base. Right there on the out. His foot hadn't gotten there. His foot actually was wide of the bag.
So Chipper frustrated with the call by Marvin Hudson. Bobby Cox as well. One more.
Here it is again, and certainly out. His back foot is not on the base. It was wide of the base. And Hudson appeared to have a good angle on it too. He just missed it.
And he had the glove on him for a while. I mean, it wasn't as if he just brushed him or tapped him with it. It was like as he was sliding by, he kept the glove on him. So Counsell a triple, his first of the year. And the infield in, because Bennett's got to keep him right there. Need to keep this a 2-run deficit.
The later you get in the game trailing the Brewers, the worse off you are because of the way Villanueva and Hoffman have pitched.
High.
One more angle from high third. This ought to be a beauty here. See, the left foot is outside the base. There's the tag, still applied, still applied. Good shot there. Good coverage there from our high third cameraman, Nate. Excuse me, Jerry Krause got that for us.
Out in front of the plate, Ross checks the runner and throws the first. Nicely done. Where is Nate today? So Nate's got high home. All right. Sorry, Jerry.
They're all getting the good pictures for us today, though, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely. Wayne, we love you, buddy. I see you.
Tex, okay, Tex, we'll mention you. Bless your heart. I want to leave you out over there.
Tex, I thought you did a really good job today in the open and the pregame shots.
Yes.
Really did a good job at the robo.
I knew he'd have something Florida Gator on today.
Nah. 2 down and Ryan Braun.
I know the guy's hit 2 homers today, but I got to go after him. I don't want to pitch around him because he's hit 2 homers and bring this other guy up who's hit 10 homers and driven in 29 in his last 25 games coming in and leading the league in RBIs. I like the righty to righty setup here.
How about the deal they signed him to in May of last year? 8 years, $45 million. Brian Braun.
That's taking out a lot of arbitration and free agency out of the equation, isn't it?
I mean, that's less than $6 million a year for this guy, who's already a $6 million a year player. Escobar across his body in time, and Bennett does well to keep the triple stranded at third. Middle of the seventh, it's time to stretch. Braves down a couple.
There are easier ways to save money and energy, such as using compact fluorescent light bulbs, which use 75% less energy and can last up to 10 times longer than regular bulbs. For more ways to save, go to georgiapower.com. We're on so you can be. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Got the new LG Envy Touch.
Back here, Turner Field, as the Brewers lead this one 7-5. Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South. And our Blimpie game summary, Tommy Hanson. Tough afternoon. Gave up 3 2-run homers, did have 5 strikeouts.
Stuff was good. He just left 3 fastballs out of the plate. They weren't hanging breaking balls. They were fastballs that they all zeroed in on. This is a good fastball hitting ball club, as demonstrated here. And not the type of debut he wanted to have. But you take those 3 swings away, it's a very good outing for him. And I'm not trying to put some spin on it, but he had good stuff today.
No question. Hit 96 a bunch, 97 as well. And the Braves coming up to hit 2, 3, 4. Escobar, Jones, and Diaz. And folks, this copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Atlanta National League Baseball Club may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Atlanta Braves. We got our Facebook chat tomorrow. That'll be at 2:30. So Joe and I will be answering all your questions. You can make comments, interact live. That'll be coming up. Want to say hi to our man Ben, who is in the Air Force. He is stationed over in England and watching us live right now. So
glad you're with us, Ben.
Glad you're with us, and say thanks to all the members of the military that are keeping us safe and for all your hard work. There's Little Boog. Maybe Little Boog will start a rally. And where's Josie? There she is.
Love it. What's Little Boog doing?
Just a little lemon icy. Just hanging out.
Thought maybe he had a cup of coffee, but I.
No, we're not going to start Little Boog on the coffee just yet. No. Yunel Escobar. And Stetter deals a strike. Yunel 2 out of 3 with a couple of singles.
He faced Stetter last night, grounded to third sharply after Stetter had come in and struck out Kelly Johnson with the bases loaded.
One and 2 now.
Maka would love to get Stetter through the 7th and have Villanueva work the 8th and Hoffman the 9th and go home.
Mets shutting out the Nationals 6-0. That Brewers bullpen's been great. One of the best in the National League. In fact, second best ERA wise at 3.09.
They've got Todd Coffey up, big hard-throwing right-hander up in case they need him this inning.
He's a big cat.
Got him from Cincinnati off waivers at the end of last season, near the end of the season.
Fly ball for Jody Garrett. And there is one away. How about our Air Tran? How far did it fly? Home run. Chippers hit 2. And the last one, Laser Baker says 408 feet.
Well, I knew it went farther than the one he tomahawked, but with 2 home runs right-handed, Ken Maka's going to flip him around and make him hit left-handed for a change and hope for better results. A triple and 2 homers today, right-handed.
Break in the action, and a new pitcher coming in.
Where can a marketing administrator be a watercraft engineer? Where can a doctor serve his community while also treating patients around the world? Where can a student stay in school while expanding his education beyond the classroom? In the U.S. Army Reserve, you'll find the strength to develop new skills and gain an edge to get ahead. There's strong, and then there's Army Strong. Visit goarmy.com/reserve.
LG Xenon, your world at your fingertips. Buy it for $99.99 after mail-in rebate and get one free after mail-in rebate. Only from AT&T.
Text message. I started with a budget and blew right through it. I added the rims, low-profile tires, the body kit, so yeah, I keep an eye out for the speed bumps. Hate that sound. I've spent more on modifications than the original car. You protect that kind of investment. I use Texaco with Techron because it cleans the engine, helps keep it running good.
People who know cars trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco with Techron.
Oh, the wing? Yeah, it's a little over the top.
Bottom 7, 1 out. Pitching change with nobody aboard, and the Brewers up by 2. Sherwin-Williams pitching change. Todd Coffey. Big old righty, 21 strikeouts, 27 innings.
6'4", 240.
No shot.
Up the road at Rutherford to North Carolina. You saying the scales were a little off that day?
Little off. He can bring it. And Chipper in his career, 2 for 3 with 2 doubles against Todd Coffey. He's been really good for them.
Came in last night and struck out Prado, but then walked Greg Norton to load the bases. Didn't have to throw too many pitches.
Ripped to right and a base hit. That one over the leaping Council. And Chipper's 4 for 4. 2 homers, 4 hits. And a man aboard with 1 out. I was just about to ask you if you think for a switch hitter, take a look at the swing first.
Well, go ahead.
If you think for a switch hitter, when he gets turned around, does that feel like a pinch hitting appearance, or does it feel like his 4th at bat?
Well, I don't have any idea since I didn't switch hit, but for Chipper, I would say it's just like his 4th at bat.
Right.
I mean, he's seen the ball really well today and has hit everything right on the screws. So I can't imagine that it felt uncomfortable for him at all.
Matt Diaz a double into the right field corner his last time. The 1-0. Oh, that hit him on the hand. You can hear that. Oh, goodness.
No more of those, please.
He's hurt.
The bottom or the back of the left hand, very similar to Omar Infante. Although this one looks like it got him more on the finger and not so flush on the back of the hand. He's going to stay in the game, but boy, does that hurt. I mean, that sounded like bat when it hit so hard. Well, here's an opportunity. Jeff today, his last couple of times up, has really been anxious and grounded out twice on the first pitch. Make sure you get a good pitch here, down by 2.
He's seen 6 pitches in 3 at-bats. There's a strike. Two on, 1 out. Braves down by a couple. To third, Gamble, Counsell, Fielder, and a double play. Five, 4-3, the Twin killing. 7-5.
Of all the luck in the universe, none is mightier than Super Lucky 7.
We'll see about that.
Nice try, Lady Luck. Happy landing, Lucky Duck. Say goodnight, Lucky Break.
Feel the awesome power of new Super Lucky 7s from the Georgia Lottery. You could win mighty mounds of moolah.
Behind you, it's dumb luck.
2 beers. You got it. Are you insured? Do you know when your beer is perfectly cold? Or do you risk drinking a warm one? If you have the new Coors Light Cold Activated can, you're covered, because now every can turns blue when your beer is as cold as the Rockies. It's cold insurance. Only from Coors Light. Cold beer? That's our policy.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Out here, it's not the look of a man's boots, but where those boots have been. This is the West that we know. This is Longhorn, where you can enjoy 2 new seafood combinations, like our new shrimp and crab gratin with Flo's Filet. Longhorn Steakhouse.
Whirlpool presents the new Cabrio washer, now available at Lowe's. Wash 3 baskets of laundry in a single load and save water and energy. At Lowe's, get up to $200 back when you buy a Cabrio pair. Shop the largest selection of Whirlpool appliances at Lowe's today.
You're watching Sunday Braves on Fox Sports South and HD.
7-5, Milwaukee on top as we go to the top of the 8th inning. And here's the Braves road schedule presented by Airtran. And it's actually the rest of the homestand, was the Pirates coming to town. Pitching matchup, Zach Duke against Kinchin Kawakami tomorrow night on Sports South. Airtime 6:30. And then it'll be Russ Ohlendorf against Derek Lowe on Tuesday night. That's on Peachtree. Peachtree again on Wednesday. Karstens and Jurgens. And then the finale, a business fan special getaway day on Sports South. Javier Vasquez against Paul Maholm. The 4-game Pirate series, the only time they'll be in town all year.
Saw some of their players very upset with the Nate McLeod trade. Left center field, and McLeod is under it. And there's one away. I guess the first day that he got traded, a couple of guys in the corner of the clubhouse where they played cards lit a candle. Dave O'Brien from the AJC had a pretty funny line. He said, look, I understand you're upset, but he got traded. He's not held hostage. And it actually prompted Neil Huntington, their general manager, to write an email to season ticket holders explaining the trade, saying it was not financially motivated, that it was a trade that they made that they thought was in the best interest of their team baseball-wise.
Well, they won't really know for a couple of years until they figure out how good Charlie Morton can be, how good Gorkys Hernandez can be, and how good Jeffrey Locke can be.
In the email, he said to season ticket holders, Neil Huntington, the GM of the Pirates, I understand why some people at first glance may believe this move was financially motivated, but I can assure you this was strictly a baseball decision. In fact, our owner, Bob Nutting, was as surprised as some of our fans when we sought his approval for this trade. I am grateful that he has the faith in me, our baseball operations staff, and the processes we have in place to approve a move like this, despite the risk of public backlash on him personally and the organization as a whole. So we'll see.
Sounds familiar.
Flaherty walks Mike Cameron. And our Sherwin-Williams pitching change.
Eric O'Flaherty pitched here last night and had a rough outing for him. Gave up a home run to Prince Fielder, but able to retire him today. Gave up a home run to him, and then a 1 out later, a double to Gamble. First extra base hits he had allowed all year.
This one surprises me a little bit. They've been using Bill Hall. I guess they'll use him in the pitcher spot. Yeah, he's grabbed the bat because they usually defend for Gamble late. Thought maybe they'd hit Hall for him and then somebody else in the pitcher spot, but
saves him a player.
Yeah, absolutely.
They need him in the ninth.
Yep. They've already used Garrett in the double switch, so I take it back.
Brewers have the best record in baseball since April 22nd. They've kind of flown under the radar for the most part, going 29-14 over that stretch. I think everybody's giving them a lot of credit for almost calling them overachievers because they're playing a lot better than anybody expected after losing both CC Sabathia and Ben Sheets after the season was over. But I don't think they're going to be under the radar for much longer, being in first place in the Central.
Yeah, they're a pretty good team, good offensive team for sure. They catch it, and I think the biggest aspect is that the pitching has been better than a lot of people anticipated, but everybody thought Prince Fielder and company would put some runs on the board. Still, though, you look at the National League Central standings, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Cincinnati, Chicago in that order. That part's surprising. I think most people felt like the Cubs were clearly the best team in the National League coming into the season.
I certainly did.
Me too.
This is a division, though, that, I mean, you look at it, you don't give it a whole lot of credit, I guess, but for the Atlanta Braves, they've got the Braves' attention in that division. The last two seasons, 08 and this part of 09, the Braves are just 19-38 against the Central Division.
Got him picked off, throw to second, and Escobar with the tag. Good job by O'Flaherty. 1-3-6 and 2 down.
Good play by Prado to get out away from the baseline, so he had a clear shot down to Escobar. Our team's really learning the ropes over there at first base.
Here in the 8th, 7-5 game. Braves led it at 1 point. 5-3. Gamble down on strikes, and O'Flaherty pitches around the walk. 7-5.
pepper, and some fire grilled. Try Chili's new fire grilled quesadillas starting at $6.99. Flame grilled tortillas layered with chicken, bacon, cheese, and ranch. Crispy on the outside, melted perfection on the inside. New fire grilled quesadillas only at Chili's.
Nobody covers your team like our team with Braves Live, featuring one impressive lineup. First up, Jerome Taranovich from the field, to the studio with Braves legends Ron Gant and Brian Jordan. And now, introducing your host of Braves Live, Fred Hickman. Men in the know, bringing it all home. Braves Live before the game, after the game, only on Fox Sports South and Sports South.
It's the best damn sports show, period. We've got the Superstar Guest.
You know the tickle, man.
Countless countdowns.
Send it in, Jerome! Loaded it in!
The unbelievable moments. You never know what you're gonna get.
I'm a man. I'm 40. Knock it off.
The party continues every night. It's the best damn sports show, period. This week at 11.
Brian McCann and the Braves battle Freddie Sanchez and the Pirates in HD. Coverage begins tomorrow at 6:30 on Sports South. This is Our Team, brought to you by Carrabba's.
Welcome back to the ballpark. I'm Fred Hickman with a little look at what we're going to have on Dodge Braves Live, the post-game edition. Ryan Gant's going to join me to break things down. Of course, Jerome Taranovich with his clubhouse report. And we'll have a little preview of a new special coming up on Brian McCann that debuts this coming Saturday. That's all coming up right after the game. Boog, Joe, back up to you guys.
All right, Fred, thanks very much. So Dodge Braves Live coming up after the game. Bill Hall staying in the game and will take over at third base for Matt Gamble. And Carlos Villanueva, the new pitcher.
If you weren't with us the last couple of days, you need to know that this guy has 17 strikeouts in his last 10 innings pitched and hasn't allowed a hit over his last 9 innings of work. And Bobby Cox said today before the game that he pitches just like Trevor Hoffman. High fastball to start you, and then he goes to the changeup.
Our Sherwin-Williams pitching change. This is where it gets dicey. We mentioned it collectively. This Brewers bullpen, a 3.09 ERA, second best in the National League.
This guy is not allowed a run over his last 15 appearances. Trevor Hoffman hasn't allowed a run all season.
Two and one now. The Mets, by the way, have the best bullpen ERA in the National League at 2.98.
Quite a turnaround for them in that department. There's the change. He turns it over a little bit. He'll even, as you just saw, throw the changeup to right-handers and make it move like a screwball down and in. A little Jorge Campillo-like.
2-2 to Prado. Tommy Hanson, his major league debut, went 6, gave up 7 runs, 6 earned, struck out 5, walked 1, gave up 3 big home runs, 2 to Braun and 1 to Mike Cameron. All 3 2-run shots. Little tapper along third, got a hustle, infield hit. Good start to the 8th for the Braves.
Be a swinging bunt hit for Martin. I want you to watch Martin as he gets to the bag at first base. He'll look over his right shoulder a little bit toward the stands. Check him out. And what he's doing here, he's not sure where the throw's going to be, but let's see him looking over. He's waiting to see if there's going to be a wild throw. If that throw is going to get away, maybe go into the seats or down the line, he was going to be ready to go to second base. excellent fundamental base running just in case there was a wild one.
Good pickup. Ball 1 to Kelly. 0 for 3 with a walk. Or beg your pardon, just 0 for 3.
Just 1 for 11 in the series. So he's due.
Popped up shallow left for Ryan Braun. Brian McCann is going to hit for David Ross. And Mack gets a good hand.
Sure does.
2 for 5 in his career against Villanueva.
Fans tend to love their 3-time All-Stars. And maybe 4.
That's a good point. Well, I'll say it. It better be 4.
Yeah.
301. The on base is 404, slugging 496, 7 doubles, a triple, and 5 homers. And he's knocked in 19, and he's been on the disabled list. Who would you take ahead of him in the National League? I mean, forget about All-Star. I'm just saying, who would you take ahead of him? Who would you rather have catching for in the National League?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. I mean, the vote's really askew right now. Hopefully this homestand will help his voting.
Hammered. If it's fair, it's gone. And foul. Oh, he just crushed that.
Yeah, that got to the terrace level. Fastball in the inner third, and he was all over it. So quick in there. Wow. But now behind in the count, and let's see where Villanueva goes. If he goes to that changeup and turns it over, try to negate some of the power.
Fly ball driven right center field. Well hit. It'll take a bounce and hop off the wall. Prado on his way in. McCann RBI double. The Braves are within a run. He can just swing it. That's all.
I think Brian must have been thinking the same thing, though, Boog. I think he must have been making sure he had the outside covered. That's where the target is, but it's a curveball and not the changeup. Doesn't matter. He's looking away and still went out around that pitch and almost hit it out of the park. The fortunate thing was that it stayed in and did not bounce into the seats. And that allowed Prado to score from first, and it's a 1-run game.
Garrett Anderson will hit for the pitcher. 1 out man at second. McCann representing the tying run in the bottom of the 8th. Strike 1.
Ron Gant was talking about Garrett Anderson last night as a guy that, when he played with him in Anaheim briefly, that as good a clutch hitter as there was. Get a guy on base, he'd get him home.
I have no recollection of Ron Gant playing for the Angels.
I didn't either. That took me back too. Garrett has a .261 average this year with runners in scoring position, 6 for 23. that changeup that's like a screwball. What an influence Trevor Hoffman must be on this ball club for these younger pitchers to have him come around. And we were hearing today from Brian Anderson, their TV play-by-play voice, that he's at the ballpark before anybody else and leaves after everybody else.
Well, he's a conditioning freak. I mean, just a fitness level beyond most 25-year-olds. This the first. As fielder able to make the grab.
This ball was hit on the nose, but fielders guarding the line. The outfield was deep and corner guys were near the line, and that saved an extra base hit. By my count, Braves are 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. Chipper Jones' home run in the 5th, the only hit.
Chipper has knocked in 5 of the 6 Atlanta runs. Ken Maka's going to come out and join the discussion.
He wanted to be in the middle of that talk. When Kendall went out there to talk to Villanueva, it was more about strategy than anything else, and Maka wanted to make sure he was on the same page, or they were on the same page with him about what they want to do here.
Got a special offer for Braves fans. Great gift idea for Father's Day. For only $50, get 2 field level tickets for the Braves against the Phillies Tuesday, June 30th or Wednesday, July 1st, and a once-in-a-lifetime chance to play catch on the field prior to the game. It's a limited time offer. 100 packages available. 404-577-9100.
Tying run at second. Go ahead, run at the plate. You don't want to put him on, but they've seen a lot of Nate McLouth in the Central Division. Part of what they discussed out there might have been how they're going to pitch him.
Left center field, and that's going to score McCann. McLouth delivers his biggest hit as a Brave. We're tied at 7.
Got a lot of high praise from the dugout immediately. If there's a way to give you a high five from the dugout, the Braves were doing it. Everybody on the railing pointing at Nate for that clutch hit. So whatever discussion took place on the mound, it didn't work. Another slow breaking ball. This time, instead of McCann driving it to right center field, McLouth goes the other way and split the gap. Big hit.
So McLouth at second and 2 down.
And here's where you know Escobar's got to make a difference. He's going to get something to hit. Chipper's on deck. They don't want to face him in this situation at all. He's 4 for 4 today with damage. Unell's going to get something to hit. Be patient. Put a good swing on it.
Did he go? Yes. Two and one now. McLouth at second with 2 outs. Braves have scored twice to tie this thing up. Just foul.
Yunel turned on that one. I couldn't tell if it was a fastball or not, though, Boog. Appears to be one that was coming back to him a little bit, and it was up. So Villanueva got away with one there.
Way high. I mean, you're going to be looking for something right in the strike zone because you don't want to mess with him.
He's not sharp today. It's his third straight day at least. And he's not near as sharp as he was the first 2 games of this series. And you're exactly right. You're going to get a strike here.
Three and 2. Base hit left field. McLouth around third. On his way to the plate. Throw is too late. RBI single. Yunel Escobar. Braves lead 8-7. Some kind of comeback here in the 8th.
There's that clutch hitting they've been needing. Back-to-back RBIs. On a 3-2 count, Yunel didn't miss it. And no surprise here, putting Chipper on to face Diaz.
Let me ask you this. How realistic is it or fair to even ask Yunel Escobar singling to left field, watching, they're not cutting the throw, so the idea of trying to draw the throw, that he needs to be thinking stay at first or they'll walk Chipper?
I don't think you can think that way, personally. I think it's smart what you're saying. It makes sense so that Chipper, they have to pitch to him. But
I'm not saying you should. I'm just asking.
It would have been, that would be almost too smart.
Right.
Because you want to get into scoring position. And barring that, you want to make sure that that go-ahead run scores. If it's going to be close, maybe they'll cut it off to make sure he scores. And even if they throw you out, you've got to force the hand of the defense.
Yep. Well, Matt Diaz hit by a pitch his last time.
And I will add one other thing. It can't always be Chipper. Some of the other guys have to do some things once in a while, too. And in this case, it's Matt's turn.
Fair enough.
Hopefully his hand feels okay.
By the way, I think earlier I said Chipper had a multi-homer game 78 times. It was his 39th multi-homer game. I was counting each of the home runs twice. So it's half of what I had originally said, because it's 2 homers. You understand what I'm saying?
Got it.
Check swing. No.
I had J.J. Hardy and I had Ryan Braun in J.J. Hardy's uniform all night last night. So you're okay. Oh, Matt might have gotten away with one there. He'll take that. Some big insurance runs out there, though.
Love an add-on. Off the plate, gotta go. Bill Hall unloads in time, and Diaz is out. But the Braves get 3 huge runs, including Yunel Escobar flating Nate McLouth, and Atlanta leads.
Okay, I get it. These 10 sprinkles represent our friends and family, the 10 people we can call whatever network they're on without using our minutes.
That's included, no extra cost.
Then these would be like the 80 million people on Verizon Wireless we can also call?
Yep, also included.
Huh.
Do you want whipped cream?
Save minutes and money with Verizon Wireless. Unlimited calling to 10 out-of-network numbers, even landlines. Plus, get America's largest mobile-to-mobile calling family. Now get the new LG NV3 for $79.99 and check out the new LG NV Touch.
Now, Florida and Georgia residents can take flight on Manta, SeaWorld's brand new flying coaster. Conquer She-Crag Busch Gardens, soar 200 feet up, then dive 90 degrees straight down. Or play side-by-side with the sea at Aquatica. If you live in Florida or Georgia, you can pick any 2 parks for any 2 days, anytime, all year, for just $79.95. Pick 2 now at worldsofdiscoverygetaways.com.
15 years ago, Kia Motors arrived in the U.S. with 1 vehicle. Since then, our lineup has grown to 12 award-winning models. Today, we outsell Mazda, Volkswagen, and Lexus. How are we celebrating our success? By rolling back prices on select models. Save up to $3,500 on the Spectra or Sportage for a limited time.
Sunday Braves, Fox Sports South, John Shambi, Joe Simpson. Braves by a run. Big comeback, bottom of the 8th. 3 runs. And a save opportunity finally for Mike Gonzalez. First since May 23rd.
Yeah, that's way too long to go without that type of opportunity. But if he can hang on to this, that number about the Braves when they trail after 7 innings, 2 and 25 will improve this afternoon. That's a great comeback. They'd only had 3 multi-hit innings in this homestand coming into today, and in this game they have 3 multi-hit innings already just today.
Brian McCann stays in to catch. Casey McGee is up to the plate. First pitch swinging, pops it foul off first. And Prado will watch that one drop foul. Hey, nice reach over there, sir. That's awesome.
Mike has not pitched in this series, so he should be fresh. Hopefully not too fresh. .94 on that fastball.
Two and 1 now. Gonzalez deals.
One-run game, always important to get that first guy in the 9th.
Wouldn't chase the breaking ball in the dirt. And now it's 3-2. Ball 4. Leadoff man aboard.
When I said too fresh, what I meant was sometimes you feel so good you overthrow a little bit, and he was throwing hard but out of the zone.
I'm not saying you want Mike to look at it this way or to use all the latitude, but when I look at their lineup and I'm looking at my scorecard right now, you feel like he's got 4 batters to get 3 outs is basically the way I look at it, because you don't want Ryan Braun and Prince Fielder to hit.
I agree with you, and with all due respect to McGee, he hasn't had that many at bats in the big leagues, and that's a guy you got to go right after, make him put it in play.
McCann out to chat.
And Rafael Soriano already loosening up. Jason Kendall is not a long ball threat. You can hit a gapper, but you gotta attack him. Diaz pretty deep in left. Francoeur a step or two back from his normal position in right field, but McLeod very shallow.
Big gap in left center. Prado, they get one. Return to first. Two. Huge double play.
He's getting high fives too, but not actually hitting anybody. Terrific play. Made sure he got the lead guy. And a good play there to come back to the bag, find it, and then take a throw that was wide of the mark. Escobar was the first to really praise his play, and then of course Gonzalez thrilled with it.
McCann went out for a quick word, and now the Brewers down to their final out. Braves lead 8-7. Got 3 huge runs in the 8th inning to come back. And Mike Rivera up to hit. Did he hit him? He did.
Good grief. Definitely did. Riding a pretty good emotional high after the double play, and then the first pitch, you put the tying run back on base. And you're getting to that area that you didn't want to go, Boog.
Strike one to Counsell. Didn't like the call from James Hoy. Thought the pitch was up. Runner goes, throw to second, not in time. That was a little scary there because Unell was really late to cover. It was almost played as if it was defensive indifference, but that's the tying run.
But look where Prado is. Prado's playing behind him again. With Counsell up there, the left-handed batter, trying to create some range defensively. But by doing that, Ken Maka said, okay, you're not going to hold him, we're going to go. And now the tying run in scoring position. What a turn of events after getting the double play. Might have been the hardest pitch Mike Gonzalez has thrown all year.
96.
Good waist pitch, up and away, with something on it that he didn't offer.
Nice stop by Brian McCann. Really nice stop.
Great play by Brian, you're right. Smothering that pitch. It didn't even have a chance to bounce too far away from him. Excellent block.
Got him swinging. Ball game. Great win for the Braves. 8-7 the final as Atlanta comes from behind 3 huge runs in the 8th, down 7-5, and the Braves win it here today, 8-7, and a big knock and a big run from Nate McLouth and Chipper Jones. 4 hits, knocked in 5 runs, including a pair of homers. Braves 8, Brewers 7. That's the final from Turner Field. And we'll come back and wrap it up right after this.
Different is good, so grab the wheel of a Fusion and drive the Ford difference. You'll find it in Ford quality. Quality that can't be beat by Honda or Toyota. And the new 2010 Ford Fusion is the most fuel-efficient mid-size sedan in America, making it one difference that goes a long, long way. Test drive a Fusion for yourself. I think you'll agree.
Drive the Ford Difference home, and we'll cover your first 2 payments. Plus, you'll get 0% financing on a 2010 Ford Fusion. Get to your local Ford dealer and drive one.
With Online Cash Manager, you can be where the action is. SunTrust. Live solid, bank solid. With Online Cash Manager, you can do it all. SunTrust. Live solid, bank solid.
Text message. I started with a budget and blew right through it. I added the rims, low-profile tires, the body kit, so yeah, I keep an eye out for the speed bumps. Hate that sound. I've spent more on modifications than the original car. You protect that kind of investment. I use Texaco with Techron because it cleans the engine, helps keep it running good.
People who know cars trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco with Techron.
Oh, the wing? Yeah, it's a little over the top.
Back at Turner Field, happy folks filing out. Boog and Joe with the happy recap. 8-7 the final. And the Braves get the win. Our Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot. And I'd say Chipper Jones hit the jackpot.
I'll say, what a day. A scorching line drive to center that ate up Mike Cameron, turned into an RBI triple. Then a 2-run homer, solo homer his next time up in the 3rd inning. Then this 3-run homer in the 5th, reaching out and getting one. He also singled in the 7th and drew an intentional walk in the 8th. I don't blame him for pitching around it, but what a day for Chipper.
Great to salvage the finale as the Braves get a win. 8-7 our final score. And coming up next, Braves Live. Stick around, our extensive post-game coverage as well as highlights and scores from around the majors. Brett Hickman will have it all for you. Braves Live coming up right after this short break.
Won't you come away with me and begin something we can understand? I'm lonely as the Irish Sea and as willing as the sand. This love I have for you is terrible and true. How the shattered lover's life fades into the weakest shade of blue.
Now, Florida and Georgia residents can take flight on Manta, SeaWorld's brand new flying coaster. Conquer She-Crag Busch Gardens, soar 200 feet up, then dive 90 degrees straight down. Or play side-by-side with the sea at Aquatica. If you live in Florida or Georgia, you can pick any 2 parks for any 2 days, anytime, all year, for just $79.95. Pick 2 now at worldsofdiscoverygetaways.com.
Temperatures and...
couple of weeks, he's having problems with his pitching elbow, and team doctors want him to sit a few games.
high pressure system continues to sit over the area, and that's going to mean more...
Once you've dealt with the things that come between you, don't let erectile dysfunction get in the way. Viagra, America's most prescribed ED treatment, can help you enjoy a more satisfying sexual experience. To learn more, spend some quality time with Viagra.com. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease in vision or hearing. Now's the time. Ask your doctor if Viagra is right for you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Dodge Braves Live, the post-game edition. And a happy post-game edition it is, as the Atlanta Braves salvaged the final game of the series with Milwaukee, 8-7, and a heart-pounding come-from-behind win featuring an 8th-inning rally. And standing by with the SunTrust performer of the game is Jerome Jurinovich.
Chipper, fantastic day, 4 for 4. Your 39th multi-home run game. The offense today, you come.